Come and join me, exploring the city of Riyadh. Hi there, and welcome to part 2 of my bike trip through northern Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. When last heard of, I was taking a break at this very bench over here in Qurtubah, a district in the sub-municipality of Ar-Rawdah, which I show over here. And right there, that yellow arrow was the bench I was taking my break at. But it was time to go back, as I started biking relatively late. And because of the many highways that are difficult to cross, I knew by now, I ended up going back using a route that had quite some overlap with the way here. But do not let that ruin your fun. And let's explore Riyadh some more. And because of the relatively late time of the day, I have quite some nice sunset scenes in store for you, as this footage here already suggests. So let's go. It may not appear from the sun yet, but it will get dark, I think in 1.5 hours. As mentioned, I'd rather not bike in the dark in a city that I don't know. And I'll tell you, distances are huge here. It's a huge city. I'm slowly gonna make my way back to the rental shop, taking into account difficult crossings, etc. I see what looks to be a pedestrian traffic light. I'm not sure it's working. So I'll have to try my luck again. Part 2 of the unorthodox crossing. Well, that worked out just fine. I gotta look up what this building is. It seems heavily guarded. I saw guards, security, roadblocks. Turns out I was straddling the borders of a major expat-focused area, and on my right-hand side is a compound called Al'Nakhla residential resort. Having lived abroad myself twice already, US and Italy, I would not consider Riyadh a necessarily easy destination for expats. Quite a transition in terms of culture, weather, etc. And scattered all over the city of Riyadh are super luxurious expat areas, and most, if not all, are guarded and walled compounds. Now let's zoom in on the Qurtubah area. And there one can find several famous expat areas that make many online lists. Al-Nakhla Residential Resort, Arizona Golf Resort, California Compound, Al-Alsharq Village, and several more. Most likely not a coincidence, in this same area we find the headquarters of some big international firms such as Siemens, Microsoft and Boeing, as you can see here. But also the headquarters of Saudi Arabia's own SABIC. I had noticed already this area myself when browsing Google Maps a few days earlier, but I did not realize I was right in the middle of it, right here. Now next up, you'll see me bike over here, and perhaps more expat compounds will be built in the empty areas right over there. And on the top right there is Alsharq Village. And of course I was curious about these expat villages, but I could not get in. Obviously I'm not a resident, dressed in ragged clothes. So the best I could do is to download a promotional video and show that to you here to get an inside look. So here we go, a promotional video for Alsharq Village. Yeah, wow, looks pretty luxurious to me. Top left is where I'm currently at with my bike. Here's the aerial, note the 2 empty lots with sand, and there I am. I'm gonna go left, because that's not a walled compound. Here I am, passing the empty lots. On the right is the compound, on the left is where I'm heading. So yeah, let's explore this little area over here. Like one street flanked by another street, and that 2 times on the other side. Maybe try the sidewalk area. We'll see. we'll find our way at the Sabiq Academy. But maybe it's time to put the camera away. Yes, I passed no fewer than 2 big entrances, and yes, the guards were checking me out. But I ran by rather smoothly. It's a huge area. This is still a border here, but I'm at a safer distance, I would say. SABIC stands for Saudi Arabia Basic Industries Corporation. I learned that the last 10 minutes. It's of interest because I think SABIC has a planned site, I should say, in the Netherlands, in the southern part of the Netherlands, my home country. This city is huge. You can check out the relatively small part here that I've done. I would be 10 times out of the city already if I would be biking this in Amsterdam, my hometown. But Amsterdam is a cute little city, fair to say. This is a pretty nice mosque. I've decided to make a little detour because the straightest way back to the bike rental shop, according to the map, would lead me past a impossible intersection, I think, of 2 huge roads. I doubt in my mind that I can actually cross that one. So the plan now is to take this road over here to the right. Yeah, I see traffic lights, so I will be able to at least cross upcoming intersection, which was not the one I was trying to avoid, by the way. Alright. Before that motorcycle. Hey, that's the advantage of a bike, right? Although you have to be careful with this car turning. I don't. He was giving me very little space. Yes. What I'll likely do here is follow the cars, merge in. Why not? Why not? Why not? Although there are pedestrian lights as well. This is by far the easiest way to cross. I'm again at the Northern Ring Road, which is part of the impossible junction I am avoiding right now. Job well done, if I may say so. Okay, it's 3 in the way, that's a first for today. Alright, so I'm gonna go left here soon. Have a change of scenery again. Like right here. A residential area. Height differences between the pavements in the streets here are really high. It's not the kind of height that you take while biking. So there was a lot of stepping down today. Dead end road. Also not the first time today. There's another one of those things, but this one is decorated. Cool. This looks like a mosque. Actually, while passing, I
noticed. Let's say more modestly shaped mosques in the neighborhoods. And you have the bigger ones. Going to the biggest mosque of Riyadh was actually on the plan today. But yeah, I quickly realized that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Ah, even this is familiar territory. About 2 hours ago I was on the other side there. Yeah, so let's go left instead, so we don't end up at the mall again. About 2 hours ago I also biked here, but I took a left here. And now I'm gonna go south. So in the back is another one of the 5 new metro lines. This is the red one. Alright, brother, fellow cyclist. I'll be needing it later today to get back to the hotel from the rental shop. That is also the road that the rental shop is at, but then 2 or 3 kilometers to the right. One more big intersection, no, 2. And I'm there.
Only 2 intersections left. Appreciate the enthusiasm there. So I turned to the right, but I had forgotten about the dreaded Eastern Ring Road that was still between me and the hotel. And that's a serious road, as you've seen before in this video. So I was making my way, enjoying the view, the sunset, and then the signs started to emerge.
East Ring Road. Fun times. Let's see how to deal with this.
And so half a minute later I started to realize what's up.
Wait. I recognize that mosque. There's a red metro, by the way. I think at that mosque over there, I have to look up if that's true or not. I think I got stuck there. So I already know there is no crossing here. Huh. Hilarious. If it wasn't possible from that side, there will not be any possibility from this side. So, but I know where to go. I know where to go. It just involves a little detour again. That's okay, I'm here to explore the city. Detours are not a problem, and are in fact part of the job. I always take longer in cities abroad than anticipated up front, even though I do really do my homework. I basically have 2 drivers for my Wheelsabroad experiences. One is exploring cities abroad by unconventional means, like in inline skating, and I also like to hone my technical skills on those same types of wheels. What is this? Prince Abdulaziz bin Mohammed bin Ayaf Park. All right. Pretty nice, pretty green. See again, English. All good. This is the biggest park I've seen in my whole stay in Riyadh so far. Let's put on the time lapse and take a look. That was really cool. A nice green park, which is really unique in this city. More to be coming, of course, as I explained, the Green Riyadh initiative. Families were hanging out, children, there were children biking, people just chilling out. The temperature has dropped a little bit, it's really pleasant right now. Really pleasant. There was a coffee bar. Great. Nice to have stumbled upon this. So I can see my intersection in the very back there. But I think this is a piece of road I've seen before and it lacks a sidewalk here and there. There is a Prince Mikrin alternative road here. That's what the yellow sign says. Let's see if I need that. Or if I just go and take this road over here. That doesn't look too great. I'll take the alternative road. Thank you for pointing that out. City government. Here's the park again. Then from the other side. Hi. There we go. Also here I've been before. And then I entered from the other side there. Look at these houses. Wow. Hamra. One last hurdle. And I have taken that hurdle before. 2.5, 3 hours ago. It's right over there. It's an intersection where I took my chances walking. Running, I should say. It was quite alright at the time. Unfortunately, it may be rush hour now. So we'll see. There it is in all her glory. Wow. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I hope I don't regret this. This happened to me once in Sal. I thought I was smart, crossing the road. Then I got stuck between two really busy roads. I think I waited for 15 minutes before there was even a chance of me crossing. In a sense, that was hilarious. And maybe, you know what? Now that I look at it, maybe the fact that it's rush hour can also help me, because traffic will not be going very fast. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing this. The last hurdle. The last hurdle. I think I have to command my skeleton. Otherwise there's no way. I hope they are friendly to me. I don't know if they're friendly, but at least I made it. Yeah. Timing is perfect. The sun is slowly setting. I'm early enough to make it back to the bike rental shop before dark, and late enough to catch a little bit of the nice sunset. So yeah, good timing. Good timing. So over here, in the distance, is the mall. The biggest mall of Riyadh. But let's take a different route this time. Go here. Apartment buildings. Hey, I have not seen too many of those. The low-rise apartment buildings. That promises to be a nice view. In fact, let's take a quick look here. The big mall. Over there in the distance with the hole in the top is the Kingdom Tower, once the largest skyscraper of Saudi Arabia. Many consider that the symbol of the city review. I think over there, by the way, yes, I'm sure, is the King Abdullah Financial Center, featured in yesterday's inline skating video. I recognize the skyscraper because that skyscraper is right now the largest one in the city. That over there is also a famous one. I forgot the name, sorry. It was actually on the menu for today, but I had to quickly derive, as explained from the original plan. I'll put the name of that building in the video in the text below. Nice view. Yes. Alright. Time to go again. Sports facility. Now, I've decided to make it a full audio video experience. The audio contributes as much to this nice scenery as the video does. Playground for kids, sports facilities. Oh, that's kind of cool actually. Look at this. Typical hallmark buildings of the city, some of which I just pointed out 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's an interesting mural. So what do we see here? So back home I played the recognition game, and most of these buildings I actually encountered during Skate Trip 2 as I moved south to north from Al-Batta to Al-Olaya. And I'll put in some footage in the next scene of the respective locations. So from left to right, the Ministry of Internal Affairs, and I very clearly remember this. That was in Skate Trip 2 when I ended up in the middle of a high security zone and got kicked out by the police. Next to that, I think that's the Burj Raval. The skyscraper has about 350 rooms and is the tallest residential building in Riyadh. Also one of the tallest hotels in the world. I've not been there, but if we go back to the view we just had, I think it's that building over there, but I'm not sure. Then we have the PIF Tower, which has been featured many times in my videos. It's the tallest building in Riyadh, and I pointed it out just a few minutes ago. Next to it we have the Riyadh TV Tower, once the tallest building in the country and located close to Al Muraba. Then we have the Princess Al Anud Tower. The Burj Al Anud is the other name for it, and it's an interesting building because it's shaped like a swordfish, which you can see. Then the Al Faisaliya Tower, with its defining pyramid shape and ball in the top. Interesting building. And personally I find it a bit odd that the Kingdom Tower is not in this mural. Anyway, let's enjoy the local scenery a bit more. One bit of info for you non-Saudis out there. Maybe you noticed that at times the city felt quite empty, except for the main roads. I certainly noticed it during my days there. And insiders told me this is mostly because of the temperature. It's winter now, but on summer days temperatures can reach 45 to 50 degrees. Quite unbearable, certainly for me, from the Netherlands. It means that people start gathering socially only in the evenings. And I think that's what we see here. So let's explore that interesting phenomenon some more.
This is really nice. I guess the working day is over. I'm glad I did that. I have not really seen a lot of those scenes here. Last crossing of the day. It'll be alright once these cars go. Wait, yes I will. Yes I will. Or maybe I will just go. Why not? Why not? Just a little bit of random biking to make it around 40 kilometers I did today. Nice number. I'm almost there. I'm at 39 and a half. Call for prayer. One there. And one there. Alright, let's check out statistics. 40 kilometers, almost 4 hours. I had a few breaks in between. I gotta say, 40 kilometers is not bad, so thank you, Cycle Hub. I'm looking at the store right now as we speak. Yeah, how was it? It was really great. I really had a blast. It was a lot of fun. The main challenge of today was intersection crossing. This is exactly the same conclusion I had yesterday while inline skating. That made it challenging at times. I think you experienced that. It definitely made it into the top 5 of most challenging bike trips of Wheelsabroad. Number 1 and 2 on that list are Mumbai and Cairo. Those are more hectic, but in a different way. The traffic was so chaotic there. Horns all the time. The traffic here is more organized. So because of those intersections, I had to seriously change my route for today. I had a whole line of things lined up for you. I only made it to the mall and Hamra, and after that I had to deviate. That was fun. It was more into the unknown. So part of my homework didn't really serve a purpose. I saw a few cyclists today, maybe 10, 15. So that's pretty cool. I showed you the north, which is the posher side. I have to say, in Riyadh, we visited what appears to be, if you check out the online commentaries, the wealthiest neighborhood of the country, Hamra. We also did some other neighborhoods. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let me close by giving you a 360. And yes, this is the same spot where I recorded my opening introduction. Hey! Yeah, I wasn't taping that direction, but there were a bunch of guys waving at the camera. Alright, thanks for joining this Wheelsabroad video. I say goodbye to you from Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia, on Boxing Day 2024.
Well folks, that was it. This was my last Riyadh video. As usual, editing the videos for months after returning made me relive the city over and over again. That was fun. Saudi Arabia can still be considered a controversial country, as the intro message says, but I've tried to stay neutral and I've considered my trip to Riyadh as enriching. I learned a lot about the birth country of Islam. Observing everyday Riyadh live and experiencing the historical aspects have been a blast, and something tells me that I went just in time, because there was so much construction and shaping of the city ongoing, and I may, metaphorically speaking, not recognize the city 10 years from now. Now here's a map. And I think I covered a substantial part of the city, as this map shows. I went northwest, northeast, and I went into the old south. I did 82 kilometers total on wheels, 3 trips, and here you see all the videos. So 2 inline skating trips and 1 bike trip, split in 7 videos total. When I was venturing out into the city on my wheels, I saw hardly anybody else on wheels, except car wheels, obviously. I saw a few cyclists, very few inline skaters, just kids only, and I saw hardly any tourists around. I encountered lots of sand, which at one point caused a problem with my inline skates. See you in the next series of Wheelsabroad, which will likely be Montevideo, capital of Uruguay, and this is still from 2024. as well as some other cities on the menu for this summer. You'll find out later which cities those are.
Yeah, as with the inline skates yesterday, check out all the dust and sand on the tires. Desert town, huh?
Red Line, metro station, Riyadh Convention Center. Brand new, opened just a few weeks ago. I'm gonna take it back to my hotel. Dark card, never leave home without it. There you go. I have to take the direction of King Saud University. Look, everything is so new. Nice and shiny. And it's my luck, the train is arriving as we speak. Driverless, the longest driverless metro system of the world.
يمكنكم التبديل إلى المسار الأخضر. The next station is Ministry of Education. Please change here for Green Line.
Thank you, Red Line.